friends are hiding.
I'll never talk.
Is that right? Then let's make it official.
Trumpeter Bumblebee, our first ever Transformer Smart Model Kit, especially at the small scale with super articulation. Despite small scale, this figure possesses extremely accurate movie details in comparison to the CGI models in the movie itself. Being a smart model kit, this guy takes approximately 30 minutes to assemble. He's come with a slew of accessories which added so much to his superb articulation in terms of possibility. Here is the Trumpeter Bumblebee after being assembled along with all of his accessories. You can see that this guy comes with an articulation stand by itself, two Transformer logo, one for the Autobot and the other one for the Decepticon, and all of the alternative parts as well as accessories that allows for all of his possibility. So right now I example him in the Earth mode, but we also have alternative part for the open door as he first appears in some of the first scenes in the movie, and we also have some alternative part in turn we want to transform him into the Cybertronian mode, and then he also have the battle mode accessories with all of their fist hands, their battle mask, the battle blade, and the arm gun. Let's take a closer look at some of his details. So take him off from here. You can see that this one is my custom figure, so he have a lot more extra paint or a lot of battle damage and weathering effects going throughout. But look at all of the sculpt that's already is on the figures. That face looks so accurate, and we even have a tiny small Autobot insignia on the front head as well. This case is not in red colors, but it's just in silver colors, but at least it's there. That big blue eyes looks so good, and of course they also put silver in all of these smaller details on the head. Here's the side of the back head. Look at all of that. Going to the chest region, you can see that one of the weathering effect definitely stand out more in this region, and I think I really like that because it's have the scope pop out, especially for those scope over here. If it's only yellow plastic, then they got blended inside all of the yellow colors. Here are some of the arm look. Of course, initially they all have just regular plastic colors. Here are for the part of the arm. So on here, if you look closely, you'll see that actually they have two different shades of yellow colors. So on the arm and on the other part of the main body, they have slightly different colors in comparison to the one on the hands over here. The one on the hands, they are kind of orange yellow, while for most of their other plastic part, they own just bright yellow colors. Going down to all of the chest area and crotch area, you can see that of course they also have all of those weathering effect going throughout. There's the back of the figure as well. You can see that even the door wing, this smaller door wing, also have very attractive colors with silver instead of a transparent plastic in the middle. Look at all of those details on the spinal cord. Here's how it looks in the front, just in overall. Then let's take a look at all of his accessories. So the first one, of course, we have the articulation stand right here. For those Autobot insignia and the Decepticon insignia, for some reason he comes with both of them for display purposes. They all look really nice. The original one only have this regular grayish plastic colors, similar to the base. And then I just painted over, so that's why now they all have silver colors like that. And then for this stand over here, it have basic articulation, so you have articulation down here. This can rotate 180, and then for this as well, it can also rotate 180 at this joist over here. And then up here is the connection joist where we actually plug into Bumblebee into this hole right here. So this connection joist also have the articulation of around 180 degree. This allows for so much posing with this. Beside those two, going into those first door wing. Those door wings are supposed to represent most of the open door wing design from Bumblebee in all of the Bayverse Transformer movie before the Bumblebee movie in 2018. At some first scene in the movie, we also saw those things briefly. But throughout the movie, mostly he have these smaller wings over here. We also have this kind of weird looking wing that's supposed to represent for Cybertronian mode. We based this design on the actual model of Blip Jumper in the Bumblebee movie. We also have an alternative cross section similar to the weird looking door wing. This one also is supposed to represent how this cross region look when he's in his Cybertronian mode. So you can see those are the two different, the Earth mode and the Cybertronian mode. So this one definitely look a little more simplistic in comparison to this. Or the shoulder part as well. So those one are just gray looking colors. What you do is that you can swap this out. This part is supposed to represent for the shoulder part in Cybertronian mode for him. Color is much more simplistic. What we have with the yellow shoulder over here. After that we have closed fist or the fighting fist right here. So what you do is just the hand, unplug them, just plug in the fist. Very easy connection. We have two of that for the two hands. Then we have the battle plates that he actually used throughout the movie. Put this on is very easy. You just plug in right here. You can only do that for this left arm over here. It's not comparable with the other right arm because when you take this off, you can see that only this arm actually have the slot for the battle plate to plug in. This one doesn't have that. As for the gun over here, we can also plug it usually on this compatible arm right here. Unplug the hand like the other arm. Just plug it in directly like this. Of course, to complete how he's look in his battle mode, we have to change out the face. For that, we just unplug this head right here. On a bone joint, so very easy connection. Just plug in the battle mask head. That will be our battle mode Bumblebee, which looks so good. Let me put on the arm plate again, so that he's fully decked out with both his melee weapon and his far range weapon. Look at that, it's so awesome looking. Let's quickly go over this guy articulation. Firstly, for the head can rotate up to that point until the bottom part of the mask actually got stuck in there. To the other side can rotate to that far as well. If you actually unplug the head and then plug back on, of course it can turn it 360 as well. As we go to the arm, this on the double bone joint, so it's have one bone joint in the socket right here on the arm. The other bone joint inside the chest of the figure, so you can see the articulation is pretty good. So the arm can go out that far. It can butterfly a little backward and forwards thanks to the bone joint inside the chest. Here it can rotate 360 as well. Go down here, we have the swivel right there as well, so that's why it can rotate quite easily as well. Added into the articulation of the bone joint right there. We have a hinge right there that's allow for a little over 90 degree of bend. As we go to the hand, of course, because they just on a plugging connection, so it can rotate 360 as well. For the wings over here, of course, they can flap. You can just unplug them very easily, but right now it's go up that far and then it's go down all the way until they actually touch one another. You go to the chest region over here, of course, we have the square swivel right here, which is really good. Then for the legs over here, we have that bone joint right there, so it can split the far like that because it's on a bone joint, so this can kick up backward that far, can kick up in the front that far, so very good kick range of articulation. Down here we also just have this connection joint right here, so it can swivel like that as well to a pretty good extent. You also have this good knee joint right here which bend way over 90 degrees, and you can see that in the middle they actually have that plastic part to cover the open part for the hinge, so that's make the articulation look very natural. Going down here, we also have one is on a bone joint, so it can tilt upward that far, can tilt downward that far, and then it can also tilt side to side for a good ankle pivot like that. It can also pivot to the other side as well. It's really good. And then for this section over here is there to cover the articulation on the feet, and I think that looked really natural, really good. No matter how we articulate this part will have sealed up the joints inside. We have the same articulation to this arm over here and then this leg over here as well. In terms of articulation, I think for this small size, this guy is packed. He can really much do anything. Here is the side comparison that matters the most to me. This trumpeter Bumblebee scales perfectly with the Studio Series 65 blitzwing. Together, they can be used to graduate all of the battle between Bumblebee and blitzwing in the Bumblebee movie perfectly. I think this is the only Bumblebee that actually looks good while being held up by blitzwing. Here are some of the quick schemes for the side comparison between the trumpeter Bumblebee and all of the Studio Series figures from the Bumblebee movie and the Rise of Beast movie. These two movies belong to the same universe, so that's why this comparison matters the most to this trumpeter Bumblebee.